Hello, and welcome to Manny Reads Comics. If you aren't currently subscribed on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this. You can always find me on Spotify, Google, and Anchor as well. Um, just throwing that out there, just a quick reminder. But you're here to learn about Black Cat number 7, the conclusion to the Gilded City storyline. I think this is going to be a pretty quick recap slash review. I loved it. It's straight to the point, and yeah, no, I mean that's all I gotta say about that. You guys have a great day. No, I'm just kidding. No, to start off, Black Cat finds Fox at Coney Island, which is where this storyline began. Was them at Coney Island, her just starting off as Black Cat, uh, Fox telling her how proud he is of her, and that they love each other and stuff. That's my cat. Anyways, um, she finds him there to tell him that she's disappointed for what he did, which was make a deal with the Gilded Saint to get immortality, and he also gave her immortality as well. And she says he probably only did that so he did not feel like it was completely selfish on his part, which is probably true. Um, this discussion here also reminds me of why I started reading Black Cat in the first place, which was the King in Black tie-in, and in that tie-in, she grabbed Doctor Strange's oh man, I'm about to butcher this word, Yggdrasil, which is the World Tree, which gave Doctor Strange a bunch of power. Um, which gave Doctor Strange a bunch of magical power, and it's just basically absolute power. And when she grabbed it, she was tempted by this power to allow it. Hold on, let me gather my thoughts real quick. This power kind of talked to her in a human form, which actually was Fox, honestly. Um, and basically said, if you allow me to possess you, whatever, I'm gonna give you anything you want, and it almost worked. It almost tempted her with all the money in the world, all the power in the world, but it messed up when it said, I can also give you all the love. So basically, any exes that she's ever had, uh, she can make these people fall in love with her again, and that's what broke her hold on it. She said that's not something that I would ever do. She was able to give up that power, and here she's disappointed at Fox because he couldn't do the same. Um, she doesn't need eternal life. She doesn't want that, and especially not at the price that he paid for it, which was all of Manhattan, 1.5 million people or something like that. She would never do that, and she does pride herself on doing whatever it needs to take. Or I'm sorry, she does pride herself on doing whatever it takes to complete a job or whatever, but she also has a conscience and is not gonna do something that horrible. um, so she it starts to explain to him what she's been up to since she last saw him, and we go to the vaults. And this answers my question from the last issue: is what are the vaults? Is that an actual place? Is that just a name? Is that another dimension? And it's a little bit of all of that. It's another dimension. It's where the Gilded Saint actually keeps all of its treasure that it's ever received from any of the patrons. Um, when she got there, she could see treasure as far as the eye could see. She could see treasures from ancient China, even like seashells when before actual currency was created. You know, any kind of currency that you can think of, it was there. Uh, but to her, it was more of a desert than anything else. You know, it's just treasure with no worth. And At this point, Fox interrupts her. It's like, "There's no way that you went to the vaults. No one leaves the vaults. No one can do that." And he keeps interrupting her, and he does. She does kind of finally call him out on it and says, uh, "The Black Fox that I know is not a rude person," and interrupts while a lady's talking, basically. And he does he, he does interrupt at least one more time, where he says, his the origin of his name, Black Fox, is he saw a fox one day as a kid. It had three paws, three legs, and he realized that the fox had chewed its foot off after being caught in a trap. And he says, that's who I am. Not, I'm the person that does whatever it takes to survive, but he's also cowardly. He's never hidden that from anybody. And so she comes back. She's like, "Let me finish my story." She finds the deed. She ends up finding the deed, to Manhattan, in that wasteland of treasure. And the way she was able to do this, because she did have a tracking device on that deed, that everyone's forgotten about, even herself. She didn't realize it until last issue. But she uses that to find the deed, and as soon as she finds it, the Gilded Saint shows up. "What are you doing here? Are you wanting to be a part of my collection?" Blah blah. And she says, "No, I'm actually here to make a deal with you." And he goes, "All right, what do you got?" And she goes, "First, I want to be out of the deal that you made with Fox. He made that deal without my consent, and I don't appreciate that. So I want out." And he's like, "You want to give up eternal life?" And she's like, "Yeah, not my thing. I don't want that." And respect to her, honestly. But he's like, "That's easy. That doesn't cost me anything. I don't care. You're out. Boom. It's done. But you said first, so what that implies there's something else. What else do you want?" And she goes, "All right, number two, I want to leave the vaults. I want to be out of here, because it is impossible to leave the vaults unless the saint allows it, right?" And he says, "Impossible, right? Uh, why would I do that? Why would I allow you to leave?" And so this is her plan. She tells the saint, "Fox plans to double cross you. Now that you've given him eternal life, he got what he wanted, and now he's gonna double cross you with the deed. Um, just expect it to happen." And he's like, "No, that's impossible. We made a deal, and it's done. It's set. There's no way that he could do that." And she's just like, I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm just a messenger, and it's gonna happen. So how about let me out? If it happens, cool. That I warned you. If it doesn't happen, if the fox never betrays you, then you can come chasing me. You do the whole Persephone kind of thing, whatever. And which I'm not 100% sure on that Greek storyline, but I think it's the whole where she can go up into Earth and then Hades brings her back. I don't know. I may be wrong there. Who knows? But this intrigues the saint enough to say, "Okay, that's fine. You got a deal," and she leaves. Um, so then at this point, Fox is like, "Whoa, what are you gonna do? Like, that was smart. So you can get out. You bluffed your way out, but what now?" And she's like, "You don't understand. Uh, I cannot forgive you for what you did. That was too far." And it's at this point we see another flashback while she was there. She had set a bomb on the actual deed that she found. So by the time they were done with their conversation, the bomb blows up. Now the saint has no claim to Manhattan, which pretty much brings the deal that it made with Fox null and void. Saint shows up. "You went back on our deal, Fox." Like, he's just pissed. "You double crossed me," uh, and he's mad about that, right? Fox realizes what's going on, and it's just a very tender, sad moment for Black Cat and Fox. Honestly, they look at each other. Fox says, "I love you," and Black Cat returns the whole thing. "I love you too." He's proud of her, regardless of the fact that he's pretty much just been sent to hell. Honestly, I guess, in a different dimension. Who knows? But the patron saint or the Gilded Saint is taking Fox back to the vaults, and just right before he goes away, Fox throws his watch over to Felicia, and that's it. That's the end of that storyline for Fox. um, Next page, we go to the bar with no name. They're celebrating. It's a victory, but it's kind of a hollow victory for Felicia, of course. But she goes up to the roof and she meets with Odessa, the current ruler of the thieves or whatever. I forgot their name honestly, but Odessa is like, hey, we did it. Fox is gone. She loves that. She knows that Felicia loves him, but she hated him, so she's happy about it. Um, they have their original contract with the Gilded Saint. It's back, so now they have eternal life again. So she's cool with that, and that prompts Felicia to say, "Well, where does that leave us?" And it's a very flirty us, and Odessa kind of not seeing it at first. She's just like, we're good, we're straight, we can put this whole thing to bed. And she, what's her name? Felicia makes another move, and now she kind of sees it, and she's like, this will never work. But she doesn't fight her off. She's just saying like, hey, this is not gonna work. But then Felicia does narrate in there, basically saying, um, there's not an actual future here with her and Odessa. She doesn't think that this is going to go anywhere, especially them two being who they are. They're always going to butt heads. Um, but I'm thinking it's more of a she's really in a low place for what she did to Fox, and she just wants to. I mean, she still wants to celebrate, right? So she wants to get her mind off of things, and she wants to celebrate tonight and leave tomorrow's problems for tomorrow and enjoy this night. And that's it. That's how it ends. But we do get a glimpse of what's the next issue is going to be about, and you see Felicia Black Cat with the Infinity Gauntlet, and it does look like it has the stones, the gems, or whatever. Um, and I think that goes into the Infinite Destinies storyline, but I'm not 100% certain there. Um, but that's cool. I'm excited to see that. It's a hard thing to steal. So let's see how that happens. For this storyline, for this issue and storyline in its entirety, I would say that this is an 8 out of 10. It's a short storyline. It's quick and simple, and I appreciate that because it doesn't need to be an event, a whole huge event. It doesn't need to be 12 issues long. Speaking to Nick Spencer here, it just starts a story within 3 issues. It ends it, and it had everything. It had action, drama, suspense, heartbreak, a little bit of all. And so for that, 8 out of 10. I'm very happy that I picked up Black Cat. And hopefully this whole review here will help you decide if you want to pick it up or not, or maybe just listening to this is enough for you to know what happened, and that's what I'm here for. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for listening. Bye.